sturdy.
Yep.
That's
So,
sturdy.
That's sturdy.
That's sturdy for sure.
Alright, so it may not be entirely RSG Philippines immediately going in for the engages or
And
the...
Leo at your service, bringing
Welcome
you
to
this
Mobile
bout of
Legends.
best of 3 between Falcons APBREN and RSG. How do you like that? How do you like that bloody, bulletproof Marco?
I like it. I mean, it gives Marco more ways than one to outplay opposing gold laners, again with the flowing blood. And Auntie and Ara mentioned this a while ago, and as well as the English panel, that in terms of damage, they can keep up with gold laners early to mid-game.
Yeah, it's more a matter of waiting until 4 or 5 of them are ready to lean in. They have a very different pacing throughout the game. And check this out, Flap, 2 versus 3.
Okay. So look at this. I see 3 tank. Do you count Alice as a tank now, or is it adjusted?
She's a hybrid.
Hybrid, right? Oh, let's just say we have 3 tanks in the Land of Dawn right now.
4 Falcons APBREN.
4 Falcons APBREN. If you're gonna count Light, so that's 4. Well, look at how the meta just shifted. All of a sudden, 1 patch, and we're seeing different heroes.
1 patch, 72 hours. It's ridiculous what the best of the best in the world can do. Talk about RSG though, something I will say. The silver lining in the relatively harsh weekend that they're experiencing, I like that they actually put the Ruby in Nibor's hands. Ask me why.
Why?
Because if you put a high loss in his hands like yesterday, his battle spell going, oh, wait, oh, great, no, he's fine, all right. So his battle spell going off cooldown doesn't really do anything.
Yeah.
But here, with the flicker, I'm offended, he can do something.
Yeah, plus Renmar and the English panel brigade also mentioned that, oh, it was Nats pala, sorry. Nats mentioned that in terms of mechanical skills, Nibor is really excellent.
He's
Dominates the XP lane matchup. And you can't do that with the Hylos because what are you going to do? Just toggle on the Ring of Punishment. That's it. Glorious Pathway. With the Nibor Ruby,
Right.
you know he can do much more.
Whoa. Here we go. Turtle fight at Retribution Threshold. What?
Oh, Light shines bright as he gets the turtle, but here comes FCAP, Frigid Glacier for Aqua, just to stop the engagement.
It's moments like this where FCAP will really struggle. When you're looking at their lineup, sure, they're very good at throwing bodies, they're very good at sustained damage, but if you need a sudden burst, really their only options are Kyle TZ swooping in like a superhero, like Spider-Man, like Miles Morales, you know what I mean? Or you also have Few, who has to perfectly come in and lay down the magic burst.
Yeah.
And that's it. Everyone else you kind of see coming from a mile away.
Yeah, especially Super Marco. It's really easy to predict the flowing blood, where it's gonna get casted. I mean, we seen this yesterday when was it Marco who predicted? No, it was Benny Cutie who predicted it. But here comes Ogwen with the implosion. They want to go for the burst. It's gonna go on to Light. He needs to pop the Revitalize though. Still Tanky was able to cast the AOG to walk away scot-free. Still no trade for Falcons APBREN.
AOG punishing the AOB. Ain't no burst up in here for Falcons APBREN. And folks, expect that there's not going to be any burst at all. Like, even in the late game, because sure, as Falcons APBREN scales up, RSG will also just build up their items. So they are, you know, relatively growing in pace. That's what I was saying by Falcons APBREN not having a normal pace when it comes to dealing damage and having team fights. They have to be very smart in using these extended engages and use their strengths. There's a DOT! Aqua's in trouble!
Here comes the burst Kyle TZ wants, but Aqua is still alive, still has the Pride of Ice, not even popped yet. Now Light making sure that the clash will stop there. And this is what you were telling. Where will the burst come from? You mentioned Kyle TZ, but even Kyle TZ's lacking the damage.
I mean, we have to be patient. It's 4 minutes in. This is a Fanny. Sure, if you're fast enough, you come in with enough velocity at the right trajectory, you should deal enough damage. But not just like that, not willy-nilly, not alone. Turtle spawning, lower quarter of the map, Light first to the scene. Really, if it's not 5 members of FCAP coming in, best believe these objectives aren't so easy to get. AOG on Few!
Oh, Few, Purify. Manages to escape. Here comes Flap TZ with a glorious pathway. Now Kyle TZ still cables in. Going for the backline. Aqua Power Device will be casted there. First blood. Flap TZ draws it onto Nibor. Now Light working on Few. On the chase. Will he be able to take him down, though? Here comes Super Marco. This time, he's being the bulletproof for Few. The defense of a lifetime for Marco. Light is still alive as they work on the turtle as well. But Iran's going to get the turtle. Now the kill onto Light. How many seconds was Light alive during that clash?
I'll tell you, way too long. He was alive for way too long. And this is what we're talking about. FCAP can't deal the right amount of burst to punish RSG from overextending. If anything, RSG can use that fact to buy time to trade out. And now check this out. Kyle TZ using what little burst. Oh, blazing the wet!
Oh, from Kosei.
Oh, my
Kyle
mouth.
TZ manages to escape. But so far, okay, Kyle TZ's performing well. In terms of his mechanical skills, it's all there. But the problem is just the damage.
Yeah.
The damage is not just enough yet.
It's hardly a case of it's not how you use it, it's what you got. And now coming in, Implosion!
Speaking of using the implosion there to bring down Aqua, AOG will be casted. Kyle TZ still alive, manages to evade the death coming in from Irad. And there was another kill for Falcons APBREN. Ogwin, what a beautiful setup.
Dear Lord, Kyle TZ's career just flashed before his eyes. He was down to like a tenth of his health, able to cable away, escaping possibly a basic attack. Although he would have been short maybe one or two since they were relative softies in there. Check out Flap and the rest of Falcons APBREN flexing their versatility. This is Kyle, TZ's Fanny, and Super Marco's debut picks for both players this season. They now have picked 40 unique heroes amongst their team, all in all.
Wait, I swore I saw Kyle TZ use the Fanny this season. This was the first time he used the Fanny?
They never let it open.
Oh.
Other players have played Fanny, but not Kyle.
You have to respect. You have to respect Kyle TZ's Fanny.
Hey, he's the one above all. All right, and now FCAP is the one above all at 40 unique picks overall. They're the ones who debuted the Eve, by the way, in MPL Philippines Season 14, much to my chagrin. Turtle spawning, lower quarter. This is the last turtle of this game. 3-0 still. Ogwin versus the scene, pushed out by Nibor and Kusei. Look at Light, taking the flank. There's a conceal.
Okay, Light, just waiting for the perfect moment to cast the AOG. Ogwin doesn't have his flicker though, but Nibor knows where the rest of the bees are hiding as FCAP holds this turtle.
They pull slightly. An advantage to Falcons APBREN. Nibor, a witness to this. He's in trouble. Him and Light. This is 5 members, by the way. Ready to sandwich. There's a glorious pathway.
Here comes Flap TZ, AOG coming in from Light. Now an implosion onto the backline, but the damage will be enough though. Here comes Super Marco, plus the Eternal Guard. They're gonna burst down Nibor. And there was no trade for RSG as Kyle TZ gets the turtle.
There's way too much happening in such a small part of the map. A concentrated amount of damage. All right. You see that glorious pathway, implosion, Eternal Guard, and then for the stragglers, you have Super Marco just, laying down the blood. Oh, dear Lord.
Just too much. Too much right now for RSG. Again, even the Sacred Hammer might even do the job to bring down Light here. But a Cursed Blast will blast down Light.
He folded that boy in half.
Here comes Kyle TZ. Kosei has to pop the Blazing Duet. Manages to escape with a BMI out. Does he have more energy to find Kosei? Here comes Kyle. Super Kyle.
Bang!
One more hit.
What? That's the Kamai King getting away with it.
You know, if my Falcons APBREN, specifically Kyle, I have the lead. In terms of kills, 5-0 plus a 1.6k gold lead, I'm still gonna be tilted after all that.
Jose, exactly why they are world champions. Exactly why we're on desk and they're not.
Yeah.
Well, they're on some sort of desk, but they're playing and they have the discipline. 5-0. 8.5 minutes in, almost 2k ahead. And here we were talking about how they don't have any burst. They can't really, lay down the smackdown on the turtle early on, but they scored the last one, and that's what counts. Well, sure enough, the rest of the map looks like it belongs to RSG,
yeah.
But give it some time, Falcons APBREN will convert into better objectives. Look at the community prediction. 84.5% of everyone watching thinks it should be FCAP given how rough it has been for RSG. But here's the thing, just one turnaround. I think it's still possible for RSG since they do have Nibor who hasn't done much yet. A single I'm offended could turn the tides. Maybe even Light if he catches like 3 with an AOG.
Yeah, like the one how he started things off a while ago. Even though it didn't transition to kills, it did secure RSG the first 2 turtles. And with that single play, they could also replicate it this time by securing the Lord.
And really, we haven't seen the mechanic pop off just yet. He's waiting for the right tools to come in. Picking up that HC Holy Crystal. That's multiples of his magic damage going up in a single item. He is about at the same level, if anything, higher XP than Kyle. So that means Irad isn't behind. It's just he hasn't been able to really get much kills.
Yeah, having a hard time really finding those pickoffs. They do have the crowd control, even the Frigid Glacier from Aqua. But again, we've been saying there are a lot of kits coming in from Falcons APBREN. You mentioned the Glorious Pathway, the Implosion, even Few has been dealing a lot of damage. And here comes Ogwin once again! Nibor though, since he has the Brave Spine, he has an extra sustain. And again, an almost kill for Falcons APBREN.
Wow, kudos to Nibor there, given that was Ogwin and Kyle, who are, what, I would assume at this point miles away in terms of net worth. He's like 50 cent, he walked away with a bullet in him.
Ooh, but Ogwin though, he did cast the Implosion and the Flicker, so that's 2 major resources down for Falcons APBREN. This could be an opening for RSG unless they just trade the Lord for turret push up top.
Should be huge here. FCAP first to the scene. Lord approaching half health. Light charging it up, although he is in no man's land. This is tough. Flap played the man-to-man defense. Here's a soft reset.
Okay, here comes Kyle TZ onto Kosei, forcing the Blazing Duet once again. Another resource down for RSG. Will this be an opening for the Bees?
It should be enough though. I mean, RSG are standing their ground. FCAP don't have a clear go at it. That's the top lane taken care of. Huge wave marching up. Kyle TZ taking his purple first, so they're taking their time as Kusei bum rushes towards the pit.
Okay. Keep an eye out for Nibor. These are the moments wherein Nibor shines again. Highly mechanical player. One I'm offended play, catching the Bees off guard, can indeed turn the tides for RSG.
Could be momentum shifting towards the Raiders. No one home. Lord fully reset here. Interesting how the Lord Shuffle has taken such a turn. You don't even have to hide anymore. Very rarely are teams caught off guard by vision. Yeah. Sometimes you just know where they are. It's just a matter of execution. Implosion!
Implosion paired up with the Glorious Pathway. This time Kyle TZ pops the Pride of Ice and makes sure to secure the kill. That's his first kill onto Aqua. And Nibor falls down as well. Falcons APBREN might get an uncontested Lord.
2 men down. Just Light Irad and Kusei on the map. This is what I was talking about. Again, you knew they were there. It was just a matter of time before you bumped into a bush that had 2 lethal ults waiting for you in it.
Yeah.
And suddenly you're down 2 dudes.
Yeah, it's not a matter of are you going to catch someone. It's a matter of how many are you going to catch. And in that case, I think Ogwin caught 1. But the follow-up from Kyle TZ forced Aqua. But this again, even running after the tank is here from RSG. Cutthroat will not finish the job. Light will indeed be safe, but RSG has to deal with the Lord.
That's what you call a TKO. You don't even have to really kill him. Just send him home. That's enough.
Oh, 1v1.
Irad. Oh, no. Oh, all right. He knows. He knows. He senses it. He senses it. This isn't a 1v1. This is an honorable duel, man.
Yeah. Almost. Super Marco, though. 2-0-2 for this Alice. And the Falcons APBREN 3.6k gold lead. A while ago, Ogwin doesn't have his flicker. But with the Lord marching up top, plus the availability of the Flicker, you can ensure that he'll make a really aggressive set to even end the game. Again, Ogwin with the Stigreal, one of the most used heroes, 100% win rate when he's rocking this hero.
It's crazy. He didn't even have to use the Flicker. He didn't even have to play off of a conceal that last time. Now here comes the more!
Implosion! Just to counter out Frigid Glacier, though, as RSG answers right back. Kosei has to use the BMI out. Double kill coming in from the Raiders, as Ogwin and Few are the ones left. Ogwin's gonna fall down. Only the El Capitan is left as he takes down Aqua. And that's the defense the Raiders are really backing for right now.
What I tell you, Jose, what I tell you. 1, I'm offended. Turning the tides. Taking out 4. Few the only one left, and suddenly RSG shift gears, going on the offensive. Look at that, the gold lead, almost down to 1,000. They take 2 turrets.
And the best part, it's only Aqua who died. Kosei is still alive, although he didn't make much use of the Blazing Duet because he had to use the BMI out in order to evade the burst from Falcons APBREN. The damage from the Frigid Glacier and the setup was more than enough to aid Nibor's excellent I'm offended play. How many did he catch? Was it 3? 3, 4?
3, and then the rest of FCAP were forced to respond. I don't know if Ogwin was part of it. One could argue that as a Tigreal, you kind of enjoy being pulled by the I'm offended. Like, thanks for putting me in a position, right?
Yeah.
But if you're underneath a turret, that just makes it worse. That's a damage multiplier.
Yeah, that's what makes Aqua's Frigid Glacier more crucial because Ogwin actually flickered in, used the implosion after Nibor did that I'm offended play. But after the implosion, with the Frigid Glacier being casted, they were able to counterattack. So that was a crucial timing for Aqua for them to turn things around. But Falcons ABBREN, though, with one level 1 Lord, it's still a win for them because they were able to take an inhibitor up top.
Pyrrhic victory, if you ask me. Cost them a lot, but they got what they wanted on the way out. Looking at the gold lead here. Again, just down to 600. There's the implosion. This could be a fight!
Wow! Takes 5 Bs to bring down Light. Was it all worth it, though? Because RSG might go for the counter-engage. Flapteasy starts things off once again with the Glorious Pathway. Kosei still being able to free hit here. Irad goes for the backline after a few, but Ogwin is there to defend his captain. And a killing spree coming in from Few in exchange for Bulletproof Marco.
Irad and Light for Marco. It's odd seeing Marco play this role. Being so upfront, playing the peel. It's uncanny. I'm not comfortable with it, but hey, FCAP have to do what they gotta do to get a win in week 6. Now looking at the Lord, I'm not so sure if it's so free. Given that RSG can actually just send Light in there, if FCAP's gonna blitz it,
yeah,
by all means, try. But again, they still don't have the burst. The same dynamics are in play here. That's why these team fights last so long. Even with just a 1 for 2, a 2 for 3, like they would still last upwards of 20, 30 seconds.
Yeah, and the best part is, for RSG, they have a natural marksman, a pure marksman, known for dominating the late game. Kosei with the Claude. Looking at the KDA, this time he's the one who's bulletproof. 104, always casting the Purifier right on time. Even if not all the bullets of the Blazing Duet are connecting, the important thing is his positioning. He was able to dish out a lot of basic attacks. That's why they were able to burst down members from Falcons APBREN. And now RSG, Nibor was the X Factor plus Aqua during the defense. Nibor has to replicate it this time and secure the Lord for Irad.
I don't disagree with you. All right, I think Nibor has to play a key role here, but also some good news for the Raiders. It's not just on Nibor now. I think RSG have farmed up to the point where they close the gap. 3K, 4K gold lead, no more, just 500, 600. And they have enough items to actually punish FCAP. Look at that, the Lantern on Aqua. Now the Lord, down to a fifth of his health, a 10th.
Here comes the blitz from Falcons APBREN. Irad nowhere to be found, that's why it's going to be free. Kaltisi gets the Lord. Now an AOG coming in from Light. Here comes the Frigid Glacier. Nibor onto the back line, going to bring down Ogwin. Here comes Kosei with the Blazing Duet. In exchange for 2, Ogwin and Flapteasy is going to fall down as well. A Lord for 2 bodies. Might be a win for RSG.
I'll call it a win, man, by a very small margin. Look at the Raiders marching through mid. They want to penetrate. They want to make sure FCAP remembers this risky trade. Oh, it comes Kyle!
A beautiful taunt from Light to make sure there is no burst once again from Kyle Teasy. We've been seeing a lot of steel cables cutthroat play from Kyle, but looking at this KDA, only 1 kill so far.
Man, Light, just like Dumbledore from Percy Jackson, you shall not pass. That could have been lethal. Kosei could have died there. Aqua could have gotten his passive pop. Ira could have died again.
Yeah.
Ira's not building blood. He doesn't need it. Like those that come here to just get kills. And I'm not. He's got concentrated energy.
Yeah.
So he's going off of the fact that I will deal damage to hurt you to keep myself alive.
Yeah, he doesn't need to go first. We've been seeing a lot of times Irad always goes for the late entry along with Kosei. It's always Nibor and Light starting things off.
But imagine if Kyle got him. There wouldn't have been some damage for Irad to put out, so he would have died. He would have gotten bursted through.
That's how much trust he has with Light.
And luckily Light comes through. Like what? 4 out of 5 times this game? That's why Irad only died once.
Imagine to counteract those steel cables. Normally you'd have a Kufra with a bouncing ball, but the taunt was enough for Light. This time they find Flapteasy.
Uh-oh.
Will they be able to force out the Glorious Pathway? Here comes Ogwin with the Conceal. He has the Flicker, though. Kaltisi once again for the backline with the Cutthroat. Irad and Kosei still alive. Now on the charge for the Beast. They're working on Aqua. Does he have the Pride Device? He does have it. And the Frigid Glacier as well. But look at the base. Kyle Teasy doesn't care about the clash anymore. I don't want kills. Kyle Teasy makes sure we get the win!
It happened again! It happened again! Falcons APBREN win off of minions. It happened again, Jose.
Kyle Teasy has had enough. This game's gonna mess up my KDA, but I'm just gonna make sure we're gonna win with an amazing split push off distraction from the rest of his teammates.